Have you ever met a business owner that's invested a lot of money into marketing, whether that's ads or SEO, and they're still feeling a bit dissatisfied with their website or their overall look in general? While they might have more people seeing their website, the people aren't converting and they're not really happy with how they're presenting themselves. Maybe that business owner is you. Unfortunately, that's such a common experience, and that's because a lot of business owners fall into the trap of thinking that marketing and branding are the same thing, but they're not. While marketing agencies might excel in SEO or pay-per-click or maybe even social media, they might be very good at the technical stuff, but oftentimes they don't really excel when it comes to creating a visually engaging website or creating a brand identity system that gives you a visual language that you can use to present yourself. Understanding the difference between marketing and branding is so important for your business's success. Hey, I'm Faye, a brand and web designer dedicated to helping small business owners, especially service businesses, grow and elevate their brands online through impactful and strategic brands that authentically represent themselves. Today, we're talking about why marketing might just not be enough for your business and why hiring a specialist in branding initially can make all the difference for your brand. So let's get started. So before we dive deep into this, I want to start by clarifying the difference between branding and marketing. They serve completely different purposes in your brand strategy, and they're both equally necessary to help grow your business. So branding is all about creating a unique identity, about creating your presentation style. It's your colors, your fonts, your logos, your patterns, and the different visual elements that come together to represent you, along with the messaging. That's your tone of voice, your brand's personality, which might fall into an archetype, and maybe any mottos or taglines you might have that represent your business. It's how you represent yourself to authentically connect with your audience. Meanwhile, marketing isn't about how you represent yourself, but rather the things you do to promote yourself. It's all about promoting your services or your products to attract and hopefully retain your customers. This can be through SEO, advertisements, social media, or through content marketing. Marketing brings you traffic and hopefully it also brings conversions, but your brand is what keeps people coming back to your business. It's what builds trust with them. A solid marketing strategy ensures visibility, but a brand builds loyalty. When you work with someone that's completely specialized in marketing and they handle your brand and your website, they might get a lot of traffic. They know the right words to say, they know the right hashtags to put in, and they know the right strategies to get your business in front of the most people. But once those people come to your website, they don't really stick around. It's not that your service or your product isn't amazing, but rather that a lot of times they'll just use a quick template to be able to create your website rather than creating something from scratch that represents you authentically. When you start your business brand-centric, you developed a full identity. You create a system that represents who you are. That way you can connect with your audience in a way that authentically represents you and genuinely speaks to them. Once you have that, it's important to then integrate all of the marketing strategies so you can get that authentic brand out there. If you don't do that, there tends to be a huge lack of visual cohesion across different platforms, misaligned messaging that doesn't connect with your audience, and it tends to have a more short-term focus. Sure, you might get great campaign results immediately, but those people, if they didn't really connect with you the first time, they're not going to come back. And they're going to be less likely to choose your brand the next time if they don't have a solid first impression. You don't want a subpar brand. You want an amazing brand and you want great marketing too. Don't skimp out on either. If you work with a professional brand designer first, you have specifically chosen assets for your brand that feel true to you and are a lot more memorable and impactful. You create an experience that looks and feels like you. That way, the audience that you do attract are the type of people you want to work with, that you want to buy your product. A professional brand designer will also help you with understanding how you should talk to your audience too. While copywriting itself tends to be a marketing thing, a brand specialist will help you to understand what direction you should lean in when it comes to representing your brand. They might help you understand that your brand should be more authentic and personable, or maybe quirky and humorous, or serious and professional. It really depends on how you want to present yourself within your industry. When you have an initial brand strategy, you know which directions to move in and which directions to avoid. If your brand is solid and you know that it's generally playful, bright, and fun, and it incorporates a bright springtime color palette, you're going to avoid using the wrong colors. You're not going to use super muted and gray colors, and you're not going to use an overly professional brand voice when you're representing your brand. When you start marketing yourself, you're going to do things that align with your brand. And when you keep showing up the same way each time, people are going to grow to trust you a lot more. They're going to grow to love you and recognize you, as a version of your business that stands out in a specific way in your industry. You're going to be a bit unique, and that's what you want to be to stand out and actually make an impact in your industry. That way, when you do market, you get the audience that you've been looking for this whole time. If your brand looks inconsistent across different platforms, or your audience isn't really recognizing that this person on your website is the same person on your social media, or you're feeling overwhelmed by too many options because there's so many templates out there you can use, but you don't know what colors or fonts to put on them, it sounds like you probably need to reevaluate the direction of your brand. If you market your pages and they look like this, then you're not going to get the conversions that you're hoping for. It's time to assess your situation, set clear goals, and find a brand specialist to give you a brand audit. You can always see some of my past work at constantcreates.com/pastwork. And if you're interested in getting your brand looked at and getting recommendations on how to grow and elevate your brand, you can always fill out the Work With Me form in the main menu of my website. Just let me know in there that you're interested in a brand audit, and in the end, I can give that to you. Aligning branding with your marketing efforts is the best way to grow. Your messaging should be consistent across all platforms, and same goes for your visual identity too. You should show up so authentically yourself no matter where you are, because you know who you are, you know who you're trying to serve, and you know just how to talk to them. Making sure your brand is solid is one of the best ways to do that. That way, you can go out there and market and be proud of who you are. By understanding both marketing and branding, you're able to make informed decisions that actually help grow your brand. That way, in the long run, your business is strong, cohesive, and effective, and every marketing dollar goes a lot further. That's about it for today's video, so thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell if you're interested in getting more videos like this every Monday. I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible grow and elevate their brands, so hopefully one of those people can be you. If you're ever interested in working with me, once again, you can always fill out the Work With Me form in the main menu of my website, or if you're not ready to invest yet, that's totally okay. Not everyone is. You can always check out the freebies section on my website at constantcreates.com/freebies and download one or all of our free resources. Our most popular one is the brand identity checklist that gives you a list of all of the different elements of your brand that you should probably keep in mind when you're trying to update. And another popular one is our DIY brand audit. If you're not ready to invest in a brand audit for yourself yet, you can always do it yourself. I have a list of questions that you can ask yourself to hopefully get a better understanding of what needs to be fixed and what probably doesn't need to be fixed in your business. Hopefully, out of all of the resources on that page, you find something that's helpful. All right, well, this has been nice. I will talk to you next Monday, and until then, you have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.